Hello everyone, and today I have some cool information for you. I will talk about Perceptors, the collectors of the alliances, okay? And I'll show you how you can do some combos with it. First, I'll show you what is a Perceptor and how you can get one. If you come here to Sophokia and go to boat to the Alliance Temple, okay? You go to this boat and then you'll find the Alliance Temple Island, and there will be also a zap, so we don't need to do this all over again. You can just go to the zap. Once you're here, you click on this boat and you go to the Alliance Temple. You come here and one more and you'll be where you can create your own alliance. So to create your own alliance, because only alliances can have a Perceptor, you need to talk with this guy, click on buy, and you need to have 30,000 camas to spend on the Alaya gem, okay? Once you've done this, you can enter this room here and create your alliance. Once you have an alliance, you can come here and check it and see for yourself, like it's pretty similar to a guild, but you can have Perceptors. And these Perceptors here are the things that you are able to collect resources in different regions. In order to get the Perceptor, you need a potion. And the potions are done by the alchemists. If you come here and search for consumables, you search here Perceptor, and there will be different levels of potions, okay? These levels of the potions depends on the region level of the mobs, right? So for example, if you come here to the world map and you like to put, let's say, a Perceptor here in the jelly, you need a potion that is in this level, that is in level 50. So let's check if there is a potion level 50. So there is no level 50 potions, but there is the level 60 potion, which encompasses regions from level 41 to level 60. So the Jelly Peninsula is included on this region. The thing is that you can only have one Perceptor per region, per alliance. So if you are in an alliance, you can place as many Perceptors as you wish, depending on the rules of your alliance. So you might be on an alliance that only allows you to have one Perceptor or even none. So always be careful and always take in mind that if you go to the bigger alliance, the alliance that have more members and stronger members, they will probably have a lot of rules and you probably will not be able to place a Perceptor so easily, or even if you can, you'll not be able to place most likely more than one Perceptor, okay? But if you create your own alliance, you can place as many Perceptors as you want, as long as you have the potions. So you can either buy the potion in the consumables market or craft it. So most of the times, actually, it's better to just get the resources and then craft. For example, this potion here costs 25,000 and the resources should cost around 12,500, 15,500, and so it's a bit less than 25,000. It's around like 21, 22,000. So if you do a lot of them in mass, you'll save quite a lot of money, and even if you don't, you'll save money anyway. So it's always better to more or less craft the resources and then ask someone to do the potion for you, okay? So each potion has a certain value and also certain regions. For example, even this one level 80 is cheaper than this one because the regions from level 41 to level 60 are normally way more valuable, have really good resources, and so people require this potion way more. So if you open here my alliance, you can see that there are Perceptors in here, right? There are a lot of different Perceptors that people are collecting, that people put it there and people are collecting, right? So what is the catch about it if anyone just can get free resources? The thing is that people can attack these Perceptors. Anyone that can find these Perceptors can kill them and get all the resources that are inside of them, even some equipments for the collectors that I'll show you guys in a bit. So if you come here, you can see that a lot of people are putting their Perceptors here, and this means that there's always a risk that some of these people will lose their Perceptors, therefore will lose all their potion investment. So there's a risk involved, and that's why people normally go to the better alliance, because they will have a better protection. So whenever someone attacks, it will appear in here attacks, and then you'll be able to join the fight. So if you just have your own alliance, there is a higher risk that your Perceptor will get killed, and therefore you cannot do much about it because someone stronger than you can just take your Perceptor. However, there are several ways that you can avoid this. But first, let me show you the ways that you can find a Perceptor. So there are 3 ways that someone can find your Perceptor. Either randomly in the map, they can just walk in the map and find a Perceptor. Second, they can come here to this book here, let me show you, there's a book here in this zone here that will show you the 10 most valuable Perceptors in dungeon and outside of the dungeons. So you can see here that the minimum one is 600,000. So this means that if your Perceptor has more than 600,000 camas, like estimated value on itself, it means that it will show it here. So there will be a location for the Perceptor, and so it will be easier to find your Perceptor and kill it. And the same thing goes for the dungeon. But the dungeons always has a higher limit, so 1.4 million camas. So if you put in a dungeon, there's a less chance that it will be in the book. However, it's very easy to find your Perceptor because in dungeons there are only normally 5 rooms, and so everyone always passes through those rooms and can easily find the Perceptor, right? So if you put it outside of the dungeon, you can find there is multiple maps can actually put these Perceptors, and a good way to find these hidden maps is by doing quests, like just random quests. For example, I found really cool hidden maps in here when I was doing the Borg and Goblin quests. I found like some really cool places where you can put like in some holes the Perceptor that not many people know. But for example, I have one here that has already 4,000 pods, is completely full, and it has 306,000 camas. So this Perceptor was actually, I've put it yesterday because I did this video yesterday, but then in the end I noticed that I didn't have any voice, the microphone was off, so I'm basically doing everything again. But I've put this Perceptor to show you guys what you can do and how you can put it in a hidden place. So let's go and check out this Perceptor. It has been here for less than 24 hours and it's pretty much full. So here we are, and so I've put it inside of a mine. So if you come here to this mine and come a bit forward, you'll find a hidden room in here that not many people come here, right? And then there will be my Perceptor here. So it's basically like a more or less hidden place that it's not so easy to find. There will be multiple different places where you can put your Perceptor. I don't know if you can put in this one. There are some hidden, places there where you cannot put like a Perceptor. I don't know if on this one it's possible or not. But there are like many others that you can, at least. I didn't try it, but you'll find a lot of hidden maps, mainly if you do a lot of different quests. There will be places like that people normally don't do all like quests, mainly like side quest lines. People do not do it. And so you'll be able to find actually really cool places to put your Perceptor. So let's see here and collect. One thing that you need to take in mind is that you can never see what is inside your Perceptor. You can only see the estimated value of your Perceptor. So whenever you click here, you'll be able to see what is inside, and you'll collect it immediately. You will not be able to, for example, close the thing here and take it off, okay? So as you can see, there's a lot of resources in here, a lot of this blood here that is really valuable, and so we actually managed to farm a lot of camas. Take in mind that this potion, it's on the level 60 potion, so it's cost me 25,000, and I got more than 300,000 worth of camas. So it's a really good way for you to gain camas, even if you're not in a big alliance. You can always do and put in lower regions. So the higher the level of the region, the higher the targets will be, because most likely the higher level regions will have more valuable resources. For example, this region here does not really have that many good resources. The good thing about this one is that they drop this Curvin blood, which is pretty valuable, mainly to do probably professions. So as you can see, you can put like in really good regions that are not really used, or people do not go to these zones anymore because they are higher level, and normally people that attack Perceptors are high level people. And so you are kind of hidden in the shadows, and you are able to do quite a lot of camas, okay? So just take in mind that you need to remember that you have a Perceptor, okay? I always forget that I have mine. For example, I forgot that I had this one, but gladly it's still alive, because if you leave it for a long time, then it will probably be killed, okay? Another thing that you need to take in mind is that, for example, you can see that this Perceptor has 4,000 pods, but normally the Perceptors only have 1,000 pods. But you can put these equipments that I've told you, which is this one here that increases for 3,000 pods, and this one here that increases the perspection of your Perceptor. Also, another thing that you need to take in mind is that these things are a little bit expensive, so 200,000 camas, both of them, and then therefore, if someone attacks your Perceptor and kills it, then you will lose also these items here. So it's a big investment, but in my opinion, it's worth it. But to be honest, just get some Perceptors out, see if people attack in those regions, test some maps for yourself and see if they get attacked or not, and then if you feel confident, then start putting these equipments on your Perceptors, okay? But due to these two equipments, it makes it that your Perceptor, your potion value, makes that your investment gets way more worth it, because you waste always the same, and then if you put these things here, then you get way more resources. And so how you can get these equipments? If you come here to the recipes, it will show you always some type of pod runes, and then also these Perceptor strap, or can be another thing, for example, this Perceptor lock, and these you can buy with nuggets in the Alliance Temple. There will be an NPC there that I will show you that has and can sell you these things. Back to the Alliance Temple, you can check in here, Nugetito. You have these parts here that will all serve for something. For example, as you guys can see, you can always get your Perceptor a bit better. You can put some heals, can put some damage, but to be honest, I don't find it worth it. To be honest, I only just put the Perspection and the pod one, because like anyone that is high level will be able to kill your Perceptor anyway, so I don't think it really matters that much. And then you also have a less of investment, so if it dies, then you lose less, okay? So I always use these two, the Perceptor lock and the Perceptor strap, and then both of them can do the pod bag, and the other one does the PP chest, okay? So we have a potion here from level 60 to 81, or actually from level 61 to 80, and I'll show you guys, for example, a cool place where I could put this potion. Let's check first off a place where it is level between 61 and 80, for example. I could put in here, but there's already someone in here, because even if there's one Perceptor in a dungeon, you cannot put it outside of the dungeon, because it counts as the same region, okay? So I cannot put in this dungeon, neither in this dungeon, because it counts as the same region. So if I put in this dungeon, I cannot put in this dungeon, and so on, okay? So let's try to find another place where you could put that is not being used at the moment. So for example, the same Perceptor that I used in here is still here because it's a bug. It will removed after some time. But the region is level 60, right? But the dungeon is level 70. This means that the potion for level 61 to 80 can be applied inside of the dungeon, but not outside of the dungeon. So we can actually put inside of the Nelwyn dungeon, but we'll not put, because putting inside of the dungeon can be very, very tricky, because it's so easy to access the dungeons and everyone will find it. But there's, for example, the Rictus place in Caravan Alley that we can put the place. It's a big region, so not like a lot of people will walk in all this area. Many high level people will kind of just ignore, because it's a very big area, and so it's harder to find also your Perceptor. So let's go there and see if we can find a cool place for us. So I found this mine here. Let's see if it's possible to put inside of this mine. So there's someone here. It's collecting some mine, some ores. So it's not a risk for us. Normally these people are very chill. They are just like here collecting the ores. And so let's put here the Perceptor, okay? Let's see if it's possible to put it. It doesn't seem to be possible to put this Perceptor in this region. Or is it? It is. So we put the Perceptor in a quite hidden place. Not many people will come here, okay? Only like these miners that will come here to collect some ores, but normally these people, again, they will not really hunt the Perceptor. They are just chilling here and collecting their resources, but you can always talk with them and tell them like to protect your Perceptor. What this means is that if the person says that there's like someone high level coming to this region and this kind of stays around the Perceptor, it can tell you to come and help you, and then you give him like 10% or 20% of the value of the whole Perceptor, okay? So you can kind of create social help. I've done that in the past a lot of times, mainly when I put in mines and I see someone that is collecting, I kind of ask them if they can protect the Perceptor with 20% of the value, okay, while they are here. And if I collect and they are still here, then I'll give them 20% of the value, okay? So for example, let's talk with this guy. Probably it's French, but let's see how it goes, okay? So I'll let you know if it was successful or not really successful. So as you guys can see, we talked with this IOP here, and I'll asked him if he was going to stay longer in the mine, and if so, I could give 20% of the resources, which he said that I won't stay that long, I think, but I will still tell you for free. So actually, in this case, like we have already someone that will stay here while he stays. I don't know if he'll stay longer or not, but while he's here, he can then let me know if someone comes. So you can always be friendly, try to be friendly with people. Like this miner here, even though he will leave the mine, he'll always come back to collect some ores. So now my Perceptor stayed there in the mine, but we forgot to put something on him, okay? We forgot to put the equipment on the Perceptor. So because we want him to have more pods, because this is a lower level zone, so we can get a lot of resources for low value. And then we can here modify Perceptor, and it will appear this tab here. It will show all the stats of the Perceptor, but you can still put these things here. There are also different equipment slots, but you want the Perceptor bag, and you want to put this pod bag, and then the chest in here. So now the Perceptor will have both items, and so every time someone fights, he'll get more 400 perspection, so we'll have in total 600, and he has in total 4,000. It appears 3,000 here, but it's a bug. It actually has in total 4,000 pods. So I think I covered everything for the Perceptors. Let me know what do you think. It's a very good way to gain camas, even if you're not in a strong alliance. Honestly, if I was not like a staff member on this alliance, I'll probably have my own alliance just by myself, just to put as many Perceptors as I want in very smart zones, so I could actually do a lot of profit. So again, guys, you don't need to be in a fancy alliance to have a Perceptor. You just need to be smart where you put your Perceptor. And again, I will put your Perceptors several times in the same places to see if they get attacked or not, and only after that I will start putting the equipments on them to become more profitable, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if I missed any information about the Perceptors. And if you like my content, please subscribe, leave a like, and see you next time.